Hello, everybody that's checking in and joining us today for our live stream. Hope you can see me well. We have a crowd behind us, 11 people so far, I think. So you guys that are joining us in your offices or at home, feel free to spread out, get some space, roll a mat out, or if you're on the carpet, that's fine, just as long as you're comfortable, maybe a towel, something like that. But my name is Whitney. I'm with University Recreation Manager of Fitness Services, and I teach yoga a lot because I just really like doing yoga. I've been doing it for a long time. And you probably see me on some webinars, and I'm trying to get you guys to come and do some Pilates with me at the Rec Center. So this is your friendly reminder to shoot me an email and I'll get you moving. So we are going to get going probably in about 4 minutes. So just take some time to breathe, maybe lay back. I'm going to ask my participants now, they're in the room with me, to just get comfortable lying on your backs and just use this time to take a break and rest from the day. So I'm excited that you guys are joining me. I love doing live streams. I love teaching more in person. So I'd love for you to come to the Rec Center and take some of my yoga classes. Just to put this out there, I do teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:15, a yoga flow class at the Rec Center. Participation is really low right now because it's May, and throughout the rest of the summer it'll be low. And so now's the time to do it. So I encourage you guys to email me if you want. I get you a pass if you want to come take my class for one time. Just jump into the Rec Center and check it out. Other than that, we're going to get ready to move here shortly. So while we're waiting for our live class and our live stream to really officially kick off and get you guys to start just breathing and just kind of noticing and just feeling how you're feeling today. Just a little personal inventory, just taking a moment to rest, taking a moment to be here, be where your feet are. Letting go of those things that, we can't control. And so that's why we find time and margin for ourselves. That's why we take a break from the day and we do yoga at lunch. And so those of you that are maybe new to yoga, yoga is a way of life, philosophy, breathing, movement. It's holistic. So whether you've been coming to yoga, years and years and years, or maybe this is your first time to take a yoga class or participate, I just want to encourage you to think about how you feel personally, because yoga is a personal experience. And every day is different. Some days we're tired, like today, it's Friday. It's been a full, long week back, full time, full in the office. Or maybe you're just super energized about the weekend. And we can take whatever we're feeling and just kind of harness that energy in whatever way it is. So I'd like for you guys, if you're watching with me on YouTube, to just find a comfortable position lying on your backs. And as you get situated, as you get comfortable, go ahead and start a yoga breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling. And so we breathe through the nose to build heat and to build focus. We can just begin to truly settle into the mat. Deep breath in through the nose. And long breath out. So if you're officially joining us on YouTube, welcome. My name is Whitney. We're going to do a little yoga together. So we're just resting and taking a break from the day. So as we continue to rest in a comfortable position, lying on our backs, our legs can be stretched out. Our knees can be bent. Our hands can be wherever is comfortable. I'm just going to continue to invite you to breathe in through the nose And exhale through the nose. Noticing the breath. Noticing the space within the ribs, between the rib cage, the muscles, intercostal muscles. And as we exhale, we just let some things go physically, mentally. Continuing to breathe, inhaling through the nose and exhaling. So let's all take one more breath in through the nose, just enjoying that time to ourselves. Exhaling, let's bring the feet to the floor so that the knees are pointing up towards the sky. And placing the hands by the hips, let's open up the chest. You can feel the shoulder blades really firmly connected to the mat. We're going to start a bridge series to open the hips, to strengthen the glutes. Inhale as we lift the hips up towards the sky, reaching the knees away from the body, and then slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling as we pick the hips up, pressing down into the feet, strengthening the glutes and the hamstrings, opening the hip flexors, and slowly rolling down through the spine. So I want you to think about your body and your movement and just find a breath pattern that's comfortable. Maybe we hold at the top and enjoy the stretch a little bit longer. Or maybe we take a little quicker flow to build a little heat if we're cold. So whatever you choose, I'm just going to spend that time focusing on you. So for most of us, we sit a lot. Our breath gets shallow, our hip flexors get tight, our glutes get loose. And so by bridging, this is one of the best ways to connect the breath. Just strengthen and stretch those areas. So let's do one more together. Inhaling, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Let's hold the hip lift here. And I want you to take a big breath in through the nose. And then exhale, slowly rolling the hips down towards the mat. Tailbone is last to land. Awesome job. Let's all hug our knees into our chest, flexing the feet to support the knee. And then go ahead and rock the hips side to side. Or maybe you make up a different pattern that feels good on the back. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling. And let's place the feet back on the floor and switch the knees side to side. We call these windshield wiper knees. Probably one of my favorite little movements to do in yoga or Pilates. Mobility in the hips internally and externally rotating. And it feels good. Massage on the spine. One more each way. And we'll bring our knees back up to center, pulling one knee in. It doesn't matter which one. Flexing that foot. And then reaching the opposite leg out. Allowing the leg to rest on the floor. You're just going to kind of work that knee out and in. Whatever knee is in towards the chest. You're going to bring it out and in. Rocking side to side. And we'll settle the knee back in towards the chest, pulling the knee in so both knees are back in. And then we'll switch legs, reaching the other leg out, finding a stretch, and rocking the knee side to side. Awesome job. Coming back to center, hugging both knees in one more time. Lift the head and shoulders. Come into a little ball. Give yourself a hug. Sometimes we need it. Take a deep breath in. Release the head and shoulders down. Feet come to the floor. We're going to roll to a side. Coming up to hands and knees. Getting ready for our first cat-cow flow. So knees are under the hips. Fingers are spread wide, almost like starfish hands. Go ahead and start to tuck the tailbone, rounding the spine, pulling the belly button up towards the sky, dropping the head between the ears for our cat pose. And then lifting the tail, pulling the heart forward, opening the chest, coming into cow. So we're flexing and extending the spine with our breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Closing the eyes to feel this movement, having a connection with the mind and the body. We'll flow one more time into cat and cow, just enjoying the stretch. Awesome job. Let's come into a neutral position. Let's find child's pose, shifting the hips to the heels, reaching the arms out in front. And kind of shift the hips side to side, little hip massage. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling. Finding a nice restful position. We can always come back to this whenever we want. Awesome job. Let's come back to our hands and knees. Let's work on some core strength, some hip stability. So let's tuck the toes. Find a little low belly strength. So pulling the low belly in. Reaching one leg out, foot is flexed, like you're trying to push your foot into the wall. It's active. Glutes are engaged. Remember, our glutes are weak from sitting, so let's engage them and reach the opposite arm out for spinal balance. Y'all look great. Go ahead and bring the hand and knee to the mat, extending the other leg out, pressing through that imaginary wall, and then adding the arm spinal balance. So finding a breath and a flow, let's continue to alternate sides, lifting the leg and the arm at the same time, reaching away from the body, gazing forward past the mat, and connecting breath. One more on each side, finding a little bit more length in the spine, strengthening the glutes, core is engaged. And last time, deep breath. Awesome job. Hand and knee come to the mat. Let's rest in child's pose, a really extended child's pose. We're setting up for our first down dog. So our fingers are spread wide. The inside of the elbows are dialed up towards the sky. So our shoulders are set. And here we go. Downward facing dog, shifting forward, lifting the hips up towards the sky, softening the knees and pedaling out the feet. One heel drops at a time. Stretching calves, hamstrings, working through the feet and the toes. Deep breath in. Let's settle our downward facing dog. So let's bend the knees slightly so that we can lift the hips up and we can extend through the spine. Holding here for a deep breath. We can always come to child's pose. It's a nice alternative to a downward facing dog. And then let's walk the feet up towards the hands or hands towards the feet, meeting in a forward fold. Grabbing the elbows and just hanging upside down. We can kind of sway side to side, bending and straightening the knees, finding whatever's comfortable for you. Awesome job. Let's release the hands. Bending the knees slightly, sliding the hands up to the shin. So we're in a flat back position. Halfway lift, nice long spine. Building a little energy here. Let's inhale, sweeping arms out, coming all the way up to a standing position, lifting the heart towards the sky. So energy radiating from the crown of the head, the fingers, the chest. Deep breath in. Hands coming together, down to the heart, hips back into a chair pose, building a little strength. Good. Toes are pointed forward. It's so nice to see bodies in a room again. I'm just smiling. It's awesome. Inhale, lifting up, holding here for a stretch, and then exhale down into chair. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, reaching arms up, strengthening the legs, and exhale down into chair. One more time. Inhale up. Holding here, separating the hands, lifting the ribs, big stretch, energy towards the sky. Awesome job. Taking one hand down, side bending over. We need this stretch big time. Inhale up, exhale the other way. So this is giving us a little side body stretch, stretching out our QLs, which get so tight from being seated all the time. And one more time, deep breath. Awesome job. Inhale back up. One more big stretch towards the sky. And releasing the hands by the hips. Good. Let's expand the chest. So hands are going to reach behind you, kind of like you're squeezing into a big beach ball. Lift the heart, opening the chest. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Awesome job. Release the hands. Sweeping arms out all the way up towards the sky. Swan diving down into your forward fold. Holding here. Let's take the left foot back to a kneeling lunge. Hands are going to lift overhead, sending that energy up towards the sky. Stretching the hip flexors. Awesome job. Hands coming down to the mat, meeting in a child's pose. Send the hips to the heels. Really reach the fingertips towards the short edge of the mat. Nice. Coming forward to a kneeling plank. Let's just shift forward. So our abs are engaged, shoulders are down and back. We're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Elbows squeeze by the side. Lower the belly. Let's use the strength of the spine to lift the heart. Quick little hand lift. See if you can just kind of lift the hands off the mat. Release the hands down, meeting in child's pose, sending hips to heels, big stretch through the spine. Awesome job. Downward facing dog. Here we go. Shift forward, curl the toes, lift the hips, reach the heels towards the earth, hips towards the sky. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. So let's try a full plank. So let's come forward. We can always come down to our knees if that's more comfortable, but we can come into full plank for this one. Chest is pushing away from the mat. Every muscle is turned on. Feeling energy build in the legs, the core, the chest, the arms. Nice job. Knees come down to the mat. Child's pose, hips to heels, getting that nice back stretch here. Maybe circling out the wrist. Taking one more breath here. We're going to take the left foot. We're going to step it forward for a kneeling lunge. Arms will lift overhead. Big stretch up towards the sky. And exhale, folding forward, stepping up into your forward fold, grabbing the elbows, hanging like a rag doll, swaying side to side. Awesome job. Release the arms, slightly bend the knees, sliding the hands up towards the shins, flat back. Halfway lift. Inhale, arms out, coming all the way up, hands together at the top, meeting in chair pose. Hips shift back, chest is lifted. Good job. We're going to do a little twist together. So let's twist towards the right. Good. Coming center and twisting towards the left. Awesome job. One more time, twisting towards the right. Just waking up the spine. And center and twisting towards the left. Good job. Coming back to center, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, side bend. We're just going to flow into our side bends again. Doesn't matter which way. Inhale up, exhale over. One more time each way. And last time, deep breath. Good job. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan diving down into forward fold. This time the right foot's going to step back for a kneeling lunge. You're going to add a little twist, opening up. So you have lots of options. Hand can stay on the floor. You can bring your hand to your thigh, that back hand to your hip. Just finding your own version today. Rotating back to center, child's pose. Hips to heels, and let's get a little side stretch. Let's walk our hands over to the left side of the mat. Right hand is going to come right on top of the left, sending your hips back. Take a deep breath into that side body. You should feel that stretch under the right arm. Nice job. Walking hands to the other side of the mat. Left hand comes on top of the right, sending hips back. Feeling the stretch under the left arm, rib cage, deep breath. And walking hands back to center, downward facing dog. Here we go again, shifting forward, lifting the hips. Taking 2 full deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Shake out the head a little bit. Awesome job. Coming down to the knees. Let's flow a little cat-cow for the low back and spine. Tuck the tail. Notice if we're a little bit more mobile. If our body's starting to wake up. Deep breath. And coming back into neutral, finishing up that last cow. We're going to step the right foot forward. We're going to twist to the right leg this time, opening towards the right knee, looking up towards the sky. Deep breath. And coming back to center, stepping up into a forward fold, grabbing the elbows, hanging upside down, enjoying this moment. Releasing the hands, sliding hands up to shins, flat back, crown of the head reaching towards the front of the room. And sweeping arms out, coming all the way up. Find a little bit more back bend in that lift. Hands coming down to the heart, sitting back in chair. And let's reach the arms in front of us. So now I'm working on increasing our lever. So a little bit more strength work in the back. So the abs are pulled in, building energy from the feet all the way up to the head. Good. Inhale, arms up. Deep breath. Exhale, swan diving down into your forward fold, shaking out the head. Yes and no. Taking a deep breath here. So we're going to work on a little balancing. So our lunge is going to balance. Left foot takes a really big step back. Front knee is bent. Walking the hands up to the thigh. Coming up into crescent lunge. Arms lift up towards the sky. Heart shines high. Deep breath. Feeling some balance work. We can always come down to kneeling lunge. And exhale, folding forward, downward facing dog or child's pose. Working through the feet, pedaling out. Let's try our planks again. So shifting forward into a plank, we can always come down to the knees for a kneeling plank. Holding here for a breath. Working on strength. Energy comes from strength. Good. Everybody's knees are going to lower down to the mat. We're going to squeeze the elbows to lower the belly all the way down to the floor. Just release. Give your arms a break. Cobra, pulling the heart forward, opening the chest, reaching through the toes, lifting the hands, releasing the hands down, meeting in child's pose, hips to heels, stretching through the spine. Taking a deep breath here. Awesome. One more breath in, letting the arms stretch out. This time, right foot's going to take a step forward for the lunge. We're going to lift up. Hands are going to come to the heart. Same leg going into a little twist. So just a little torso twist. And coming back to center. And again, little twist. And center one more time, little twist. Awesome job. Folding forward, lowering the back knee, meeting in your child's pose again. This time, the elbows will rest on the floor. Hands will come together for a tricep stretch, sending hips to heels. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Awesome job releasing the arms. Let's step the left foot forward this time. Coming up into our lunge, tucking the back toe, walking the hands up to the thigh, reaching arms up towards the sky. Big stretch in the hip. Heart towards the sky. Awesome job. Folding forward, meeting in a downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. I'm going to give you the option, if you have the room, to do a wide-legged dog. You can step off of your mat, really wide feet. Sending your heels towards the floor, hips towards the sky. Shaking out the head, maybe rocking the hips. Awesome job. Walking feet back onto the mat. Let's do another plank together. We can do a full plank or a kneeling plank, our last plank of the day. Head is lifted, eyes are gazing forward. Great job. Knees come down. Squeezing the elbows, crocodile, all the way down in our chaturanga. And then pulling the heart forward into cobra. Elbows are back. Hands can lift off of the mat. Releasing the hands, child's pose, hips to heels, tuck the tail. Big stretch through the spine. Deep breath. Good. Let's step the left foot forward again. Coming up into our lunge one more time, tucking the back toe, lifting up. Arms overhead. Hands down to the heart. And let's work on a twist. So standing up nice and tall, twisting. You can also do this in our kneeling lunge. Hands can also rest on the thighs. Twisting center. And again, twisting. And we'll do one more little twist together. Awesome job. Coming back to center. Fold forward. Step up into forward fold. Grab the elbows, shaking out the head. Yes and no. And sliding hands up to the shins. Nice flat back, long spine, deep breath. Sweeping arms out, coming all the way up to standing. Big lift towards the sky. The heart lifts, the eyes lift. Hands together, down into chair, our last chair of the day. Let's add our arms, reaching forward. We can lift up towards the sky if we like to increase that strength work in the back. Deep breath. Nice job. Release, inhale, arms up. Exhale, resting hands in Tadasana or mountain, palms forward. Let's take a moment to breathe. Maybe grab a sip of water. Closing the eyes, just checking in, seeing how we're doing. Being thankful for the air conditioner. All right, so we're gonna all step out into a wide V. So we're actually gonna turn on our mats the long way. So let's all turn this way, over to the side. Toes are just gonna come out into a natural V position. So we're gonna do what we call moonflowers. Arms are out in an X. You're gonna bend your knees and then reach back up. Now that you have this feeling, go ahead and just play around with your range of motion. So you're gonna notice a couple of these are probably a little creaky because we've been sitting, which is why we need to do it. Deep breaths, inhale and exhale. Y'all are doing awesome. Let's do a few more of these. Last one. Awesome. Coming all the way up, placing hands on the hips, toes turning towards that long edge of your mat. We're going to do a straddle stretch. Hinging forward from the hips, coming all the way down. Hands can land on the legs, the mat, wherever we like. Stretching through the back of the legs here, those inner thighs. Deep breath in, feel that stretch when you breathe in the upper back. And one more breath together. Let's start to make the way back up, walking hands up towards the thighs, coming all the way up. Good. So let's take the left toe, turn it towards me. Keep the right toe where it is, warrior two. So warrior two is inner thigh stretch, legs are strengthening. So let's do a quick alignment check. This knee needs to be stacked over the ankle or a little behind, but never overly extending past. Gazing out towards me, looking over that arm, opening the chest, finding a deep breath in. Exhale, reach a little further. So let's give ourselves a little bit more inner thigh stretch. Elbow comes to the thigh for side angle. Let's see if we can look up towards the sky, towards the hand. Deep breath in. And then let's drop the top arm, reverse warrior. Take the front arm, lift it up, gazing up towards the sky, reaching back. Front knee is nice and bent, back leg is straight. It's the same as our side bends that we did earlier. And back to warrior two, arms are reaching out, bending a little bit deeper, opening a little more. Deep breath in. And releasing arms and legs, turning toes for straddle again. Hands to the hips, hinging forward, coming all the way down. Chest drops down towards the floor, shaking out the head, yes and no. Breathing here. Nice job. Unhinging from the hips, walking the hands back up towards the thighs. We'll come together, standing at the top of the mat, feet together, facing me. Hands behind the back, opening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades for chest expansion. Deep breath in. releasing the arms. Warrior 2 on the other side. So now we'll face the other way, pointing the toe towards the short edge of the mat, other toe towards the long edge, and floating the arms up, gazing towards the front, bending the front knee, opening the chest, reaching the arms. One more breath in. Elbow to thigh, looking up towards the sky, coming into side angle. One more breath in. Reverse warrior, lifting the front arm, gazing up towards the sky. Warrior 2, arms reaching out, opening the chest. Take another deep breath in, staying stronger in that front leg. Release the arms and legs. One more straddle. Here we go. Toes turning in the same direction, hands on the hips. Bring it all the way down. Enjoy. Deep breath here, making sure that we're lifting the hips up towards the sky. Awesome job. Walking the hands up towards the thighs, coming all the way back up to standing. Awesome job. Let's face the front together, feet together. Take a deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, swan diving down into forward fold. We're gonna meet in child's pose. So go ahead and take a step back, finding a restful child's pose. We can always stack our fist, resting the forehead, making a little pillow for the neck so that it's comfortable in a good position. We can rest the forehead directly on the mat. So as we rest, we breathe. We take in everything that we've done. We allow the body to feel and to respond. And let's take one more breath in together. And let's come up to a seated position with our legs out in front of us. Legs out in front of us. For a little staff pose, feet are flexed, spine is long. So if we find that we kind of have a tendency to roll back, you're gonna bend your knees a little so you can stack and get tall in the spine. Hands are resting by the hips. You're gonna hinge forward. The back stays nice and flat. Hinging forward, feeling the stretch behind the knees, up to the hips. Deep breath here. And then when we feel ready, we can add a forward fold, allowing the head to drop, arms to reach out wherever we want them to land, feeling the stretch along the spine and the upper back, all the way up to the crown of the head. One more deep breath in together. And we'll slowly make the way back up to seated. So let's come down to our backs, hugging the knees in towards the chest, rolling down for a little back stretch before our final relaxation. We can rock the hips side to side. If there's any little movement or little stretch that we would like to do here, taking time to engage, to do what we need to do. And for our final stretch together before rest, let's place our feet on the floor. And let's come into a bridge and hold. Inhale, lifting the hips up as high as we want to go. Stretching through the hips one last time. And then as slowly as you can go, rolling down to the mat. Releasing the tailbone. Taking a breath. Then we can stretch the legs out and the arms out. Finding a comfortable position for our Shavasana, our final relaxation. So this is the moment that we get excited to get to, because this is when you get to surrender. And you can feel the support of the floor. When the only thing that matters is the breath. So for the next few moments of silence, let's just surrender. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Unclenching the jaw if our neck is holding tension. Relaxing the face right between the eyebrows. And allowing the tongue to drop from the roof of the mouth. Noticing how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Let's take a deep breath in, feeling a little energy within the body. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. And slowly bringing the feet to the floor so that the knees are pointing up, allowing the body to just adjust. And in your own time and in your own way, let's meet in a seated position, carefully transitioning, rolling to a side. Coming to either a cross-legged, or if it's more comfortable for our legs to come out in front of us, placing the hands on the knees, palms are up, Spine is long. Shoulders are relaxed. Breath is flowing. The palms up represent all the good things that we'll receive. Let's bring our hands to heart center, where we find harmony within the body. Let's open our eyes. We will close our practice today with Namaste. Hope everybody has a wonderful Friday and a good weekend. And hopefully I'll see you at the Rec Center. I teach Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12:15, only 45 minutes. And I'd love to see you there. And thank y'all for watching us on YouTube. All right.